In September 1989, in the city of Voronezh, something unusual entered public consciousness, not through rumours but through official media. Children playing in a local park reported seeing a bright object descend from the sky. What followed became one of the most widely reported UFO landing cases of the late Soviet era. This wasn't a single frightened witness. Multiple children, and some adults, independently described the same core event: a glowing sphere or disc, reddish in colour, hovering low before touching down in the park. The accounts were detailed enough that authorities took notice, and that alone makes this case different. According to reports carried by the Soviet state news agency, TASS, witnesses described tall beings emerging from the craft, figures unlike anything they'd recognised. Some accounts mentioned a mechanical or robotic presence alongside them. One of the most striking claims involved a teenager who was allegedly momentarily immobilised or vanished after a device was aimed at him before reappearing unharmed. These details were not whispered years later, they were reported at the time, publicly, nationally, and internationally. For the children involved, this wasn't a mystery to debate. It was an event that interrupted an ordinary day and replaced it with confusion, fear, and attention they never asked for. Journalists arrived. Officials questioned them. Their words travelled far beyond the park where it began. And once a story enters that kind of spotlight, it can never return to being just a memory. Local authorities examined the site. Soil samples were taken. Radiation testing was reportedly conducted. Some officials stated that unusual readings were detected, while others later said nothing conclusively abnormal was found. These statements don't cancel each other out. They reflect the uncertainty that surrounded the investigation from the beginning. Over time, interpretations diverged. Some suggested misidentification, heightened imagination, or the powerful influence of collective experience. Others pointed out the consistency of core details: object, landing, figures, departure, across multiple witnesses, is not easily dismissed. And crucially, no single explanation has ever fully accounted for every aspect of what was reported. This case doesn't offer physical artifacts that close the door, but it doesn't collapse under scrutiny either. It sits in that uneasy middle ground where testimony is real, memory is fallible, and certainty remains out of reach. There is no evidence strong enough to confirm exactly what occurred, and no explanation complete enough to explain it away. What remains is the experience itself, a moment shared by children and adults, recorded in history during a time of rapid political and social change. Whether it was a misunderstanding magnified by circumstance, or an encounter that still defies explanation, the people who were there did not forget it, and neither did the world. If something extraordinary happened in a city park, witnessed by children, reported by officials, and debated for decades, how much uncertainty are we willing to accept before we stop asking questions?